I'm gonna tell you guys a story. We were both in chorus, but we were in 2 different classes. One day, Miss Tolliver asked him to help me with a song. The song was called Where You Walk, Where'er You Walk, Wherever, basically. And without any hesitation, he comes along and starts singing with me. This was my first impression of him. He was dating my friend at the time. I was dating a douche. Let's not talk about that. But anyways, we get to know each other over the year, and we became friends. One day he invited me to his graduation party. This was after him and my friend split up and me and the douche split up. Long story short, I went to his graduation party and I developed a liking for him. He invited me to this thing at his church called The Great War. It's basically this crazy obstacle course that goes on for a week. We would hug every night before we left each other. You know, I kind of thought maybe he liked me, but I wasn't sure. But I knew for sure that I liked him. One night my dad came up to pick me up and he went over to my dad and introduced himself, and I was like, oh, this is a good start. Like, this is the most polite guy I've ever dated. Well, I wasn't dating him, but you know, that's the problem that I had, always getting ahead of myself. One day I texted him and I was like, I want to tell you how I feel, but I don't want to ruin our friendship, you know, the average cliche thing that people say to each other. So I told him I liked him, and his response was, I mean, you make me happy, it's just, right now is not a good time. Of course, there was another girl that he liked, which I understand, things happen and timing isn't always great. But I did what I always do, and I quickly moved on to another guy. I knew that whatever I was going to find wasn't going to be genuine because I was searching for it, and it didn't come to me. So that went on for about a couple months. Jeremy invited me to youth group again, and I was like, I want to be more than friends is what I was thinking, but I still went. I still hung out with him and kept in touch. One night, after me and my short boyfriend broke up, I started liking another guy who was another douche. First of all, yes, I need to add that the boyfriend I had for the short amount of time, it was pretty messed up for me to just date him because I felt lonely, but anyways, sorry if you ever hear this video. But yeah, there was another guy that happened to appear, and I really liked him. I don't know why, but I did. While me and this other guy started talking, there was this thing called the lock-in that we did for youth group. It's when you're locked in the church all night and you play games and whatnot. Jeremy and I sat with each other for 7 straight hours talking, and we have not stopped communicating since that day. And it was really nice. The fact that we didn't know each other all that great, but we literally sat there for 7 hours just talking about whatever was on our mind, that's just amazing to me. A couple weeks later, he sends me this text. It was a forward text, if you guys know what that is. And if you don't, it's one of those messages that you have to send to like 10 of your friends, and if you don't do it, something will happen to you. Well, he didn't send it to me just to send me a forward, he sent it to me to use as an icebreaker to tell me some big news. He says, I'm sending you this message because I really want you to know that I've been developing feelings for you ever since the lock-in. Hopefully this doesn't mess up our friendship, but I really wanted you to know. My response was, I really like you too, but I need a little bit of time. I have to give you my full undivided self if I can give you anything at all. So a couple weeks went by, Jeremy was getting a little impatient, and I was like, just hang in there a little bit. I know I just need a little bit longer. I don't want to have any communication with this dude. I want to get him out the way. Mr. Impatient Jeremy says, I love you. And I said, I love you too. And that just kind of helped push me over the edge to be like, okay, this is the guy I belong with. The fact that he has guts to say it without even being in a relationship with me, that takes some guts. So on January 2nd, 2012, we started dating. Every single relationship has its ups and downs, and for the past 4 years and 9 months that I've been with him, there have only been a couple tough times. But I'll have you know, we really work through our problems well. And not just that, I've really truly seen how much he loves me, and it's amazing to me. I could never ask for someone better than him, and he really truly means the world to me. Out of nowhere, we get this idea of moving to Jacksonville, Florida from Chesapeake, Virginia. So we went down to Jacksonville and we got there, and we had a rough start to the day. His job wasn't really lining up properly, but in the end, everything turned out great. We were trying to find ways to explore the city and pass our time, so I was like, hey Jeremy, let's go to downtown. So we went to downtown and we got engaged. Best night of my life. That's it. We're definitely moving to Jacksonville. Just that alone kind of like made me fall in love with the place, so why not? Let's just do it. We're the type of people that are going to do something no matter what people say about it, including, oh, Florida is a state of retirement. You're going to be living with a bunch of old people. Wah, it's a horrible place. Wah, if you want good meth, go to Florida. Oh, you're going to get a bunch of hurricanes there. Okay, whatever. We're moving there, and let's just do us, and let's just have fun. And I'm ready to start our next adventure. P.S. Thank you for everything you do for me, and I love you. I knew you were my boy when I knew I liked you when I saw you unwrapping presents at your graduation party. That was way before you liked me.